Good morning, guys. Moms Against Medical Bullying. So, if you're in Kentucky, make sure you write that you want to attend this public hearing. Like I said in one of my last videos, it says here, this administrative regulation is being promulgated to establish actions that the Department of Health may take in response to a declared emergency. These actions include enhancing prevention of the spread of infectious disease, this one, by wearing a face covering in public. Guys, we know that their scientific evidence for face coverings preventing virus transmission is weak, especially when a face covering can be anything, and that's not very scientific and controlled. Okay, it says subject to certain exceptions, this emergency administrative regulation is needed pursuant to KRS 13A 190 to meet an imminent threat to public health and safety. So please write that you want to attend this public hearing that will be held on this day, September 28th. And because we really need to knock this crap out of the ballpark, guys, because it's super unlawful. And then the library got back to me and was a response that I kind of figured I'd be getting. So she says, hello, I'm very sorry you feel this way. Guys, do you see the snarkiness in the first line? I'm sorry you feel this way. Like, we're not doing anything wrong. So sorry you feel this way about what we're doing. The library is following the healthy at work requirement. Healthy at work. What proof do they have that this is healthy, right? I mean, geesh. These people say what they want to say, and they don't need any proof to back it up. For educational, cultural, and entertainment facilities, libraries are included in this listing. Okay, the requirements state, inform any person attempting to enter the facility without a face covering of the requirement to wear a face covering. If the individual refuses and is not subject to any of the exemptions listed in the executive order, the individual must not be permitted entry into the premises. So the problem with the executive order is that this is wrong. I don't need an excuse. We don't need an excuse not to wear a face covering. You know what I'm saying? We don't need a permission slip. We don't need a doctor's note. But anyways, the problem is they don't even have beliefs on there, religious beliefs, conscientious beliefs on the executive order. Just, no, girl, don't dig. They just have medical or whatever. So, and then it says, instruct any person who was previously wearing a face covering and removed it while on premises and not subject to any of the exemptions listed in the EO to put it back on. If the individual refuses to do so, the facility must not provide them service and must ask them to leave. Guys, this is a public library. This is insane. I don't know how we're going to fight this. So basically they're admitting that they will... Casey, girl, no. Dog's digging. That they will violate our civil rights, and they will engage in discrimination and segregation, because over here she says, we must follow these guidelines if the library is to remain open. At this time, for people who cannot wear a mask, we can offer curbside pickup. Okay, digital shows. Okay, so that's segregation. So they're saying you can't come in, right? They're not giving us full access and equal enjoyment, like Peggy Hall says. So, and this was my letter that I wrote anyways, but, so that was her response. And it got me thinking, this part over here got me thinking, if the library is to remain open, okay, if we had enough right-minded people in our society who understood where they live and that they should not give in to the government telling them to do, to jump, and then they say how high. They should not do that. They should understand that they relate to the government through a document called the Constitution, right? That's where we have a relationship. That's how our relationship, the foundation of a relationship with the government. and it should be the only way that we relate to them. We don't relate to the government as if they are our friends, because they are not. So people don't understand that, though. They think the government is there to tell them what to do, and then that's it, you know. So anyways, because we have a society full of people like that, we go along with things, okay? If we had a society full of right-minded people who understand where they live, and how they relate to their government, nobody would be working at the library. The library would be shut down because everyone would refuse to work under such conditions. But the problem with our society is that we're weak. Not that they're weak in ourselves, but we're weak in community, okay? We have social media. We feel like we're in a community, but in actuality, we are not. Many people in our society do not own lands. They do not own their own land. They do not grow their own food. They do not raise their own animals. So henceforth, we need these jobs to survive, because we don't have a community. We don't have other people. We don't group together in communities and say, all right, dudes, let's get out of here. Let's, we're refusing to work at this Kroger. We're refusing to work, guys, because of the Industrial Revolution, the industrialization of everything, where our food comes from. It doesn't come hardly locally. And I'm not saying nobody owns land. Obviously, there's people that own land. There are farms out there, but I'm saying, how our society has transformed from most people having their own, being able to sustain themselves. Yeah, it was harder work, but, we went from many people having their own lands and doing trade and things like that with the things that they made and they grew. And then, we went into the Industrial Revolution, and where everything was mass produced, more things started getting mass produced, therefore smaller, people with their own lands. It just didn't matter anymore because society transformed and left that way of life behind. So, now we're in this place where we depend on these jobs. We are slaves to renting, in the cities and renting apartments. We don't really own much anymore. What else? And also we're slaves to mortgages. So, even if we do live in a house in a neighborhood, we do not own it for the most part. We are on a mortgage, and we don't want to lose our homes. So we're dependent. We have been put in a sly position to be easily manipulated. So they say, you don't do this, well, you don't get that. Okay, if we lived in big communities where we were more self-sustaining, and we can trade with each other and so on and so forth, we'd be a little bit less likely to be manipulated by corporations and, by the state. So yeah, that's what I'm saying here. So, like, imagine if everyone left, their jobs and was like, we're not working under these conditions. We're all going to band together in community and help one another. Then the, corporations and the library and the state, they would be weakened because the population would take a grand exodus. But yeah, so we have been, slowly moving towards this position of, dependence and on the state and these corporations through the Industrial Revolution, I believe. So here's another dude at the library. Subscribe to this dude's channel. He's awesome. And he's getting discriminated against.
My library card that you guys gave me, and you want me to leave.
They want him.
You guys want to harass me?
Well, we're not going to let you use the computer, so.
Okay. Well, it's a public library.
It's a public library.
I'm paid for by the taxpayer, bro.
Right, but we want our safety.
What's your position here?
I'm the branch manager.
Okay.
They want their safety. They want their safety because they're saying he's a threat. They have no proof, but they're saying because he's a healthy human being, he's a threat to them.
And you work for me. I don't work for you.
They have made us into terrorists, guys. Very sneakily.
I have to answer your questions. You should answer my questions. I'm here to print something out.
Okay,
I got a medical condition.
We're not gonna let you on the computer.
Okay.
There's the workaround.
That's fine. You can't kick me out of a public
Wow.
library.
Actually, we can ask you
Discrimination.
I'm just here to use a computer
I
in a
know,
public
we're
library.
nicely giving you this facial since you have a medical condition. You cannot wear a mask.
I can't see with that thing on. And I don't know where you go.
So they're telling him, hey, look, we understand you can't wear this mask because you have a medical condition or what have you. So wear this nice handy-dandy face shield that we've made. You can breathe in this. Guys, what the hell? So as long as they can... What else are they going to tell us to wear on our bodies? Because they say, oh, you know, this is not unhealthy for you, so wear this on your body. Here, wear this on your wrist. Wear this on your arm. You know, this is not going to hurt you. And we perceive this as healthy, so you have to wear it. I mean, where do they come off, really?
You got that thing from? Where'd you get it from?
From his office.
Okay,
Just for you.
where was it at?
We made it.
Okay, well, that's unsanitary.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Why don't I give you...
The lady says, no, it's not unsanitary. How is she going to have the nerve to say, we made this and it's sterile? Like, that's basically what she's saying. She's telling this guy it's sterile.
Piece of cloth from my pocket and have you put it on your face, you know?
It's fine, sir.
Okay,
We'll wait for Metro.
that's fine. Not force people to do this. What's your name, boss?
My name's Darren.
Aaron?
Darren.
Theron? Okay, Theron. Your position, you said you're the director?
No,
Branch manager? You're gonna trespass people out of a public library bought and paid for by the taxpayer?
Crazy.
You make a good tyrant, brother. Just saying. When I'm here to print something out with my library card that you guys gave me, and you want me to leave when I have a medical condition. So, you're gonna be famous. Just saying. You're wasting your time calling Metro because they're gonna tell you the same thing. It's a public library. I have every right to be here, just as everybody else.
So anyways, they do end up calling the cops, and you guys should go check out that video. I'm going to link it in the description.